country. Because this country is not what it used to be. It's not great anymore. It's suddenly falling. And that was set up by the Lord, by the one you people ignorantly calls God. And Jesus Christ. All right, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. But we know America can't be healed. This place has been hit with a uncurable wound. And it's going to be made manifest. It's being made manifest. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. So these different nations that were doing business here in America, they starting to realize that this place is going down. That's why you got China saying that they're next up. That's why you have different nations saying that they're not doing business no more with the U.S. dollar. Because they see the potential of this place has faded. Okay? As the Most High told ancient Babylon, thou have been weighed and the balance have been found wanting. Then they took out a person. You see? This place has been found lacking. This place has been caught slipping. And the other nations are aware of that, and they know that this is their time to strike. This is the perfect time, man. Okay, so that judgment is coming, man. Going back to the book of Nahum, chapter 3, and verse 7. And it shall come to pass that all that look upon thee shall flee from thee. See? And say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? Who's going to feel sorry for America, man? None of these nations going to feel sorry for America. Okay, that's why they're going to shoot missiles on this place. Whence shall I seek comforters for thee? Nobody's going to feel sorry, man. America, the only country on the planet that has dropped atomic weapons on any nation. You think Japan forgot about that? You think these other nations forgot about that? But America wants to step in and make peace negotiations. Anytime there's a so-called coup or uprising in these different nations, America's the first one there trying to spread democracy and peace. But then the number one country dropping bombs on different people. Drone strikes, innocent little children and whatnot. Putting sanctions and tariffs on different nations. But you want to say they're the upholders of peace of this world, man. That couldn't be any further from the truth. Verse 8, art thou better than Populus? No, that was situate among the rivers, that had the waters round about it, whose rampart was the sea, and her wall was the sea. Just like America today, it's surrounded by water. Okay, from the sea to shining sea. America has the strongest navy. Okay, that's why the people also refer to America as the land of unwalled villages. They think that they have the strongest defense. Up north you have Canada, and south you have Mexico, and in South America, which they don't want no smoke with America. You see, the true enemies of America are across the water. But America thinks that they're better than these other nations that came and rose up before them. But those nations went down. So what's stopping Babylon from going down? Verse 9, Ethiopia and Egypt were her strength, and it was infinite. Put and Lubim were thy helpers, yet was she carried away. She went into captivity. Her young children also were dashed in pieces at the top of all the streets. And they cast lots for her honorable men, and all her great men were bound in chains. And the same thing is getting ready to happen to Babylon the Great. All these little children are running, these little GMO babies getting ready to have their heads bashed in. Okay. They're strong, mighty men are going to cry bitterly, as the scriptures say. The women's going to be taken and ravished, as the scriptures say. Let's get that. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 13. In verse 9, behold, the day of Yahweh cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. And that land is talking about Babylon the Great, America. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. So the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of this place is fading away. The light is going out. We're going into dark times, bleak times, grim times. Their witchcraft and their power is fading and waning. The sun is setting on America, okay? And these so-called average, everyday, so-called white people can see it. They can feel it. They can feel that status that they once had going away. And it's all biblical prophecy. And you go to any of these different nations, the so-called, you go to these different airports and land, they got signs saying, if you're American, keep that to yourself. Because you may just get your ass put to death. Verse 11, and I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. So the Lord is getting ready to do a great humbling to this place. America is the most proudest place on the planet. That's why you say, I'm proud to be an American. The few, the proud, the Marines. I'm gay and I'm proud about it. Okay, I'm black and I'm proud. Which black means void of light. You see? White pride. All these people are pride. I'm proud to be a slut. Which the Most High hates pride, man. He hates arrogancy, and that's the spirit of America. And the Lord is getting ready to destroy this place by fire, man. And we'll see how proud you are when ain't no food in the stores. We're gonna see how proud you are when your 100,000 that you got in the suitcase is worth shit, or your millions in the bank is worth shit. You see? We're gonna see how proud you are on that day when different foreign troops is invading America, man. Chinese troops, Russian troops, North Korean troops, UN troops invading this place and putting you people to death. You're gonna have to run and flee from your lives. When your own American government sent troops to put you people to death. We're gonna see how proud you are on that day. Verse 12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And that man is talking about the Israelite man, starting with the elect. Because there's going to be so much killing out here, a lot of these different men are going to be getting put to death. Okay? They're going to be getting slaughtered. And it's going to seem like the only ones, really, the last men standing is going to be the elect of the nation of Israel. And the Most High is going to refine them through these different trials and tribulations that he's doing right now. And they're going to be made precious. They're going to be lorded. Okay? Verse 13, therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, and the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts, meaning of armies, Because the Lord isn't going to come with armies. He's going to come with soldiers, the angels. With people called so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of the nation of Israel. And how the Lord is going to shake the earth with those missiles, man. With the gravity that the Lord is going to come back with his majesty and his power. They showed you that on Independence Day, too, Resurgence. When the ship came, they had all the buildings just broke off and lifted up. The earth was shaking just by the sheer vibration, man. That's getting ready to happen. Verse 14, and it shall be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. What's a roe? A roe is a deer. All right? I believe a female deer. Okay? I read it again, Isaiah 13 and 14, and it shall be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. What happens when you leave a sheep by itself and no man taketh up? That sheep gets slaughtered, man, because the sheep don't have no defense. You hear me? So that's what's going to happen to you average, everyday Americans, man. You're not going to have no defense. Okay, you're not going to have no protection. You're going to be getting chased down in these streets like sheep, like deer, man. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land. That's why you got a lot of different people right now going home to their different their birth nation, man. Because they're seeing that there's nothing left here in America. That's why you got a lot of these billionaires stepping down from their positions, like Jeff Bezos. The man just made more money than he ever has, but he's stepping down from Amazon. Why is that? Because he's getting ready to go hide in his bunker. While you peon average everyday Americans getting ready to get hit with missiles. Okay? Verse 15, everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Right, so you people are going to be getting thrust through. All right, it's going to be all type of war and calamity going on in these streets, man. A lot of you average everyday American white people going to get killed by your own counterparts, by your own fellow Americans, man. You going to have a Biden supporter get his brain blown out by a pro-Trumper. And you seeing that right now. You're going to have some that's against the jab, killing people that's for the jab, man. You're going to have your own National Guardsmen and different militia groups laying you people down, man. All right? Coming to a city near you. And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Okay, so for you burn braid, numbskull, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that want to join hand in hand with the so-called white man, okay, you're going to be destroyed too. Those that want to stay in this place, that don't want to see America go down, you're going to be destroyed too. You're going to get the same judgment as them. You're going to fall by the sword, man. What's the modern day sword? The gun. Gun sales is at an all-time high. Everybody getting strapped and locked and loaded. Why is that? Because war is coming, man. War is coming. And for you Israelites that know they're Israelites, that's in that dumb, docile state, that think that martial law is not really coming, that think Jacob Trouble is not really coming, man, you out of your goddamn mind. And that's one end of the spectrum. And you got the other end of the spectrum that want to pick up arms and guns thinking that's going to be your salvation. You out of your goddamn mind. And your mind is damned if you're thinking that way. The Most High is damn your mind. The only hedge of protection that we're going to have is the spirit of Yahweh Yahushai. And that standard is going to be lifted in various ways. Verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. See? So, a lot of these people are going to get ready to see their children get put to death right in front of them. A lot of these people are going to be eating their children as a means to survive. Because it's going to be lack of food, lack of bread. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. Why these different houses going to be spoiled? All right? These different houses going to be spoiled because you're going to have different people running up into these houses, man. Your neighbor's going to run up into your house to take your last loaf of bread and put you to death and take your wife and your daughters, man, and rape them right in front of you. Shit is about to get real gangsta out here, man, for lack of a better word. Just watch the Purge series. That's what we're coming to. But on a whole nother scale. Verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it, right? Because that's who took down the Babylonians before, but this is talking about the average day. Today is talking about your Russians. Okay, they're going to take down Babylon the Great, along with the North Korean, along with the Chinese. Okay, along with your European counterparts. Okay, and they're not going to regard gold or your silver. So your money is going to be worthless. The US dollar is worthless. You ain't going to be able to bribe these nations to come up off your ass. All right? Verse 18. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. Okay? And a physical bow, an arrow can't dash you into pieces, man. That's talking about the spiritual bows. Okay, which is talking about the nuclear missiles. Okay, because we already read that America is surrounded by water. We already brought that up. These different nations, that's why they're going to send intercontinental ballistic missiles, which is your modern day arrows. An arrow that can be shot from one land over the sea into another land. You see? And it's going to travel like an arrow, so to speak. The Lord said his sword shall be bathed in heaven. Okay?
He fucked the stripper wall last night.
Isaiah 13 and 18, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Verse 19, and Babylon, the glory of the kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. How did the Most High overthrow Sodom and Gomorrah? He evaporated those places, man. Okay? He straight nuked those places. Okay? And they're still desolate to this day. And that's how the Most High is going to destroy America, okay? This place is going to be totally evaporated by fire. The Lord said this place is going to be a desert, or we're going to get into it. Verse 20, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, right? You're not going to have these Arabs with their corner stores no more. You see how the Bible is so relevant to this day? You're not going to have these different nations coming here with their smoke shops and their liquor stores, okay? And their restaurants, coming here to do business. neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. Right, because America is also known as Basra, the sheep house. And you people are sheep. All right, getting ready for the slaughter. You don't even know it. Verse 21, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. And owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there, or dance there. And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant places, or palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So the days of America is not going to be prolonged anymore. That's why you see these different nations getting ready to shoot missiles at this place. Every time you look on the news, they're testing a new missile. And this is how we know it's not talking about ancient Babylon, which is in modern day Iraq, because that place is still being inhabited to this day. It's talking about America, man. And we getting ready to wrap up. This is Isaiah chapter 34 and 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. Right, the prophets, we are here to prophesy to the nations, man. Verse 2, for the indignation or righteous anger of Yahweh is upon all nations. All nations, not just America. And his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Right, because the Lord is going to have these different nations go together, come together in the valley of Jehoshaphat over there in the Middle East and fight World War III. But simultaneously, Yahweh Shai, the one the world ignorantly calls Jesus, is going to show up and he's going to destroy all those nations at once. He's gathering them together so he can destroy them all together, man. They think they're going to fight for their own benefit, but it's really the Lord stirring them up. Verse 4 or 3, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses. And the mountains shall be melted with their blood, meaning these different governments is getting ready to be slaughtered. Verse 4, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. What's that talking about? It's talking about the nuclear destruction. Once you see these different mushroom clouds, okay, like they rise up and they roll. It's like that pillow of smoke. It rolls together like a scroll, okay. And that's getting ready to happen on the shores of America, okay. And all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. His sword is talking about the nuclear missiles. Its instrument of destruction. It's going to be bathed in heaven. I mean, it's going to come all the way up. When you watch a intercontinental ballistic missile a visual animation demonstration, they show you that the missile goes all the way to the higher atmosphere. It goes into inner space, okay? And it travels very high in the sky, man. And then it travels, okay, very high, and then once it comes down, the propellers turn back on. That means it's gonna be bathed in heaven, man. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. Who's Idumea? That's a Greek way of saying Edom. Who's Edom? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom, the Edomites. So the sword of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to come down upon the Edomites. And where do the Edomites mainly reign? Here in America. Good old white America. So you devils, and none of y'all going to make it on the chariots. You see, you're going to have a portion of the Israelites. A greater portion is going to be left behind and feel that fire. But you're going to have a good portion that's going to be delivered out of this place. And that good is because they're the chosen, they're the elect. It's going to be few, but that's the portion that the Lord is looking for. And through that remnant, the rest of our people are going to be saved. Okay? It shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. So the Lord said that the so-called white woman and child is cursed. They're cursed. And their judgment is going to be nuclear destruction. Verse 6, the sword of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, have a sacrifice in Basra. Right, that word Basra, which was the capital of Edom, means sheepfold, where the sheep dwell. And America is where the sheep dwell. America is home to the most docile and idiotic people on the face of the earth. They're sheeple. And they're getting ready to be slaughtered. They're getting ready to be burnt. Okay? And that fire is going to rise up before the throne of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and it's going to be like a sweet savor, man. It's going to cleanse the earth. It's going to be joy to the Lord, man, to burn this place up. Because this place is polluted and can't be cleansed of all the bloodshed, except the blood of him that shed the blood be shed. That's why you Edomites got to be destroyed here in this land, man. The Most High is going to make a speedy riddance, okay, with that fire. Also, the fire from the concentrated energy streaming from the laser beams of the chariots, the so-called UFOs, which they showed you that in plenty of movies, man, which they got out of the Bible. And every time you watch a alien invasion movie, for the most part, they always come to America. Why is that? And blow up the White House and things of that nature. For Yahweh Bashim Yahushua have a sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. So it's going to be hella bloodshed in this place. Verse 8. For it is the day of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua's vengeance. Right? Like we open up with in Isaiah 61. This is going to be the time of the Lord's revenge upon this place. And the year, right? The acceptable year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. Okay? Which is the all the hell and oppression that the so-called blacks and Latinos, Native Americans suffer here in this land by the hand of the so-called white man, all right? That hasn't been made right. It hasn't been paid back on the hand of the so-called white man. He hasn't been judged yet for that. But as the scriptures say, the Lord required that which is past. Verse 9, and the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch. Okay, so the Great Lakes, the Mississippi River, the Missouri River, and all that shit. All right, Lake Okeechobee. Okay, Niagara Falls. All those places are going to be evaporated, man. America is going to be totally burnt up, man. And the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. How is that going to happen? That's going to happen by the destruction from the nuclear missiles and the concentrated fire from the Lord, man. Verse 10, it shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. Right, because this place is going to be a desert, man. Once the smoke clears, once the fire settles, this place is going to be a desert, and it's going to be a memorial to the other nations on the earth that this is what happens when you go against the Lord in the fashion that Babylon has. Okay? So yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I feel like that's a good place to wrap up. You know? So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Hakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. All right? And much peace and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel, man. Okay? Brothers out there that's been doing the work, keep fighting, keep pushing, keep striving, man. All right? Israelites out there that this message resonates with your spirit. Get right with Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai while you still can. While the gates of mercy is still open. Because this place is on its way out, man. With that, Shalom, Kwam Yasharallah, and Abba of all.